Biking is an extremely popular sport, leisure activity, and mode of transportation. In many towns in New Jersey, biking is popular. However, with limited space, it's also quite dangerous, making streets and sidewalks crowded. Community Cycles would like to make our town's transportation more efficient and safe by installing bike paths throughout the town. There are many community, environmental, and safety benefits of this that would benefit the community as a whole. Installing bike paths can be very time-consuming and very expensive. However, there are many studies that show how beneficial bike paths are by decreasing accidents, positively affecting the environment, and the health of the community. The bike lanes would be installed on the edges of the road, taking away the parking spaces. This may upset some. However, this was done in New York City by the Chief Transportation Official, Jeanette Sadiq Khan. The bike paths increased traffic flow, decreased accidents, as well as increasing retail sales for nearby businesses. Not only does it increase retail sales, it also increases property value. In Indianapolis, 8 miles of bike lanes were built, increasing property value by $1 billion. Bike paths are great for the environment by decreasing carbon emissions that cars release into our atmosphere. Not only are they beneficial to the environment, they are also great for the safety of small communities.
Using these bike lanes would truly help the community. There are many health benefits to riding a bike instead of driving. It can increase your cardiovascular health, decrease stress levels, help with depression and anxiety, and is an overall good source of exercise. There are also many traffic benefits that come with these paths. The sidewalks will also have free space because pedestrians will not have to navigate around the bikers. With less cars driving on the road, there will be less risk of car crashes and collisions. Plus, less cars means less damage to the roads, which saves tax dollars. Unfortunately, this could result in more bike crashes, but this is why we have implemented some rules to ensure your safety. These bike paths will also help the lower-income citizens. They will not require a car to get around, which can be very expensive for some families. Riding a bike would be a much cheaper and more beneficial alternative to driving or even taking a bus. Riding a bicycle instead of driving a car is, as I'm sure you know, way better for the environment. With more people riding in bike lanes, there will be less cars on the road, therefore leading to less emissions into the atmosphere. During its lifetime on the road, each car produces another 1.3 billion cubic yards of polluted air and scatters an additional 40 pounds of worn tire particles. However, with a bike, there are no emissions and no fossil fuels are needed. Transportation accounts for over a quarter of all greenhouse gases. Think about how much greener we would be to cut down on all those cars. Now, using these bike lanes will not bring global warming to a halt, and not all drivers will stop driving. But if enough drivers ride a bike instead, we can make a small impact and start a movement to become greener. So if more people ride bikes using our paths, they will be aiding and helping the environment.
Safety was a main value for Community Cycles, which is why we decided to have designated bike lanes. Having separation between the bikes and the cars allows for less collisions between the two, as they no longer have to travel on the same road. Studies have shown that after creating separate lanes for bikes, bicycle motor vehicle crashes have gone down 47%. In addition to the reduced crash rate due to the lane separation, we've also come up with ways that the cyclists can be safe on their own paths. We've decided that bikers must sign and submit a waiver or request in order to bike in such lanes. The waiver/request might also include a requirement for a certain level of bike experience or age needed to ride in the lanes. For example, children under 10 must be accompanied by an adult. Once this is submitted and approved, the bikers will receive a sticker to place on their bike that certifies that they have signed it and are permitted to use the lanes. This would reduce the number of bike-related crashes, as only those who have a level of experience in riding bikes or are a certain age can use the lanes. We've also come up with a list of rules and guidelines for the bikes. Some examples of these rules are that cyclists must wear helmets, children under 10 must be accompanied by an adult, and all bikes must have brakes. While biking is an extremely popular mode of transportation for many people, it is simultaneously dangerous and in some cases unsafe. By installing bike lanes that are separate from the road, cyclists will have a safe place to travel and not have to worry about the dangers of biking on a busy road. There are also numerous environmental and community benefits, such as fewer emissions released by cars and less congestion in roads. Community Cycles will take our first step to install these bike lanes by first creating smaller sections of them to see how the town responds, then transitioning to more throughout the town. Please contact Community Cycles if you have any questions, and thank you for allowing us to help make a safer and healthier community.